Commander Vexhai adjusted the neural interface connecting his consciousness to the vast data repository of the Galactic Intelligence Network. The crystalline being's photonic core pulsed with urgent frequencies as he reviewed the classified files that had just arrived from the Outer Rim territories. The war had been over for 3 standard cycles now, yet the implications of what they had learned about humanity continued to reverberate through the highest echelons of the Confederation. Vexhai's species, the Netheri, had been among the coalition that initially dismissed Earth as a minor threat, a primitive world barely past nuclear fission, inhabited by soft-bodied bipeds with laughably short lifespans. They had been catastrophically wrong. The first indication of humanity's true nature came during the Battle of Kepler 442b. Admiral Torres, a human female barely reaching 1.7 meters in height, had been captured by Vexhai's own forces. Standard interrogation protocols suggested she would break within hours, revealing strategic positions and fleet movements. Instead, she had endured 17 days of advanced neural extraction techniques without yielding a single piece of actionable intelligence. But that was just the beginning. When the Confederation had targeted human civilian colonies, expecting the species to surrender rather than watch their offspring perish, something unprecedented happened. Instead of capitulation, humanity's response was total mobilization. Every human settlement, from the industrial worlds to the agricultural stations, transformed into fortress factories. Their children learned weapons engineering alongside basic mathematics. Their elderly volunteered for suicide missions with the same casual demeanor other species reserved for selecting meals. Dr. Elizabeth Reeves, the xenobiologist who had been studying captured human specimens, made the discovery that changed everything. Hidden within human DNA was evidence of an evolutionary bottleneck, a near-extinction event that had occurred roughly 74,000 years ago. The supervolcanic eruption of Toba had reduced humanity's population to mere thousands. Every human alive today descended from survivors who had endured 6 years of nuclear winter with Stone Age technology. But the genetic analysis revealed something more disturbing. Humans hadn't just survived Toba, they had thrived in its aftermath. Their neural pathways showed adaptations for extreme stress response. Their adrenal systems could function at lethal levels for extended periods, and most remarkably, they possessed a unique psychological trait the research team termed catastrophic resilience. When threatened with extinction, humans didn't break. They evolved. The turning point came when Captain Morrison's badly damaged frigate, the Indomitable, faced off against 3 Netheri dreadnoughts near the Vega system. Standard tactical analysis predicted total human annihilation within minutes. Instead, Morrison had done something no rational being would attempt. He'd overloaded his ship's fusion reactor and flown directly into the formation. The explosion had taken out all 3 enemy vessels. Morrison's crew had known it was a suicide mission. The intercepted communications revealed they had actually been volunteering for the privilege. Vexhai's photonic core dimmed as he absorbed the final piece of intelligence. The human homeworld, Earth, had been preparing for another supervolcanic event for over 2 centuries. Not preparing to evacuate, preparing to survive it. Their entire civilization was built around the assumption that everything could be destroyed at any moment, and they would simply rebuild from the ashes. The psychological profiles painted a picture that chilled every non-human analyst who reviewed them. Humans viewed extinction-level threats not as endings, but as challenges. They had weaponized hope itself, turning desperation into a tactical advantage. When cornered, they didn't surrender. They became something far more dangerous than any species in the galaxy's recorded history. The Confederation's peace treaty with humanity hadn't been an act of mercy. It had been an act of self-preservation. Vexhai transmitted his final report to the Council. Recommendation confirmed. Humanity must never be threatened with extinction again. Not because they cannot survive it, but because they have proven that when their backs are against the wall, they are capable of taking entire star systems down with them. And they consider this an acceptable outcome. The file was marked with the highest classification level in Confederation records. Species-ending threat, approach with extreme caution.